The campaign wizard is the process that allows you to create a flyer using one of the provided templates, or you may upload and use your own template. To access the campaign wizard, you can click on the New Campaign button under Quick Shortcuts on your dashboard, or you may access this from your campaigns page by clicking the Create New Campaign button in the upper right-hand corner. Once you have clicked this, you will be taken to the Campaign Wizard Step 1, where you will begin creating your first campaign. Campaign Wizard Step 1. From this point on, you're basically in a Q&A session with the system. The Campaign Wizard will ask you some questions, and you will fill in the field with your desired content. This first field is your campaign title. When naming your campaign, it is important to know that this is for internal use only, and the recipient will never see it. Typical entries would include the property's address or the name of the event taking place, like an open house. The next field asks, what type of campaign do you want to send, and will allow you to select between a real or test campaign. A test campaign can be thought of as a rough draft. You're going to want to design your flyer in test mode so that any unfinished copy of your flyer is not sent out before it's ready. When you are in test mode, you are not able to select any recipients, so you may simply design your campaign worry-free and send it to yourself for review prior to distribution. By default, the email address you have on file will be pulled into the Send Test to Email Address field. A real campaign will allow you to send your finalized campaign to agents that you have requested from our database or customers that you have personally loaded into your account. After you are satisfied with your test email, you may access it from your campaign section and convert it into a real campaign from a test campaign, so you do not have to recreate it from scratch. After you filled in both fields, simply click the Next button. Campaign Wizard Step 2 will allow you to select the recipients that you would like to send your campaign to. This page will display the lists that you've requested from us, the personal lists that you've submitted on your own, or any follow-up categories that you've created from responses from previous campaigns. The follow-up categories typically will be made up of the people opening or reading your campaigns, unless you were to modify and merge in additional customers. If you are in a test campaign, this step is skipped over and you are taken to Step 3 of the Campaign Wizard. If you are in a real campaign, then you will have the ability to select the recipients that you would like to send your campaign to. Simply place a check mark in the box to the left of the category name to select the list, and after you've selected all categories or lists that you want to include in the campaign, click Next. Campaign Wizard Step 3 will allow us to upload our custom JPEG flyers. It will allow you to use your own custom HTML, or you may select from the templates that eCampaignPro has provided. In the upper left-hand corner, you will see a drop-down menu that by default says Show All. Click on this drop-down menu to bring up the theme that you are most interested in to see what is available, and select the theme that you would like to browse. In this example, I am going to scroll down a bit and select a multi-property template for use. When you find the template that you would like to select, click the Use This Template button directly below the preview image. Once clicked, the button turns green and automatically takes you to Campaign Wizard Step 4, where you will continue creating your campaign. Campaign Wizard Step 4 will allow you to alter your campaign details, including your email subject line, the display name that the email is coming from, and the Reply To field, which is where any responses or inquiries will be sent in response to your campaign. Make sure to format this information exactly how you would like for it to appear in your recipient's mailbox, as this information will be seen by everyone who receives the campaign. Down below, you'll see a checkbox that says, Yes, automatically deliver an alternative text message to mail readers that do not support HTML. Checking this box will allow your recipients who cannot receive HTML content to receive a plain text version of your flyer instead. It is recommended to check this box prior to sending your finalized campaign because this informs the system to generate a plain text copy of the message based on the text currently in your campaign. Again, only check this prior to sending the real campaign, Otherwise, you will need to make 2 times the updates if there are any errors or edits that need to be made. The system will only generate the plain text copy 1 time, so doing it before sending the real campaign will create the correct, final version of your verbiage. If you are using your own custom JPEG flyer that you have loaded into the system, then the system will not be able to generate a plain text copy of the message, as the system cannot see the text that is on the image. This means you will likely want to create a Word document or text file of just the text that appears in your flyer, so that you can easily copy and paste it into the system. Keep in mind that skipping this step will not harm your campaign. It can only benefit you if the text is included. After you have filled in all fields, or if you are satisfied with the information in front of you, simply click the Next button at the top of the page. Campaign Wizard Step 5 will allow you to edit all of the content in the template design that you have selected. No matter which template you have selected, Step 5 is where all of the editing will always take place. So if you look towards the top of the page, you will see a series of numbered tabs centered here. In this example, there are 14. However, the number of tabs that appear here is dependent on the design of the template that you have selected during Campaign Wizard Step 3. You may have as few as 3 steps, or as many as 14. Again, it's entirely dependent on the design. You will need to click on each of these numbered tabs to navigate through your selection and begin replacing its contents. Directly above these numbered tabs, you will see another set of options that will allow you to see which section you are currently editing, the Show Guide button, as well as view a preview of your flyer with all updates in place until your current position, the Preview button. As you can see, we are currently on number 1, which is calling for a logo image. This page will allow you to add a logo in your flyer, which will appear in the upper left-hand corner as noted by your section guide. You will have the ability to upload an image by clicking on the Add New Image hyperlink. Once clicked, you will want to try to match the description as closely as possible with which type of image you're trying to upload. Since number 1 here would like you to add a logo, we will select Upload Your Logo, and then click the Next Step button. Next, you will click the blue Add More Files button, at which point you would locate your logo and select it. Once you have completed this, click Upload, and that's it. Your logo should now be in your Image Preview display box below. Where it says URL with link in parentheses, you have the ability of entering a website, tracking the clicks that might occur by clicking the Add Click Tracking button, and giving the link a name where it says Click Through Title. As a whole, this means that if anyone clicks on your logo and visits your website, the system will keep track and let you know who visited. Only you will see the click-through title field. However, this is how you will keep track of which position was clicked, so it's important that this text makes sense to you. After you have completed the required fields, click on the next numbered tab above, number 2. This step wants us to add the text that appears in the header area of your flyer. Remember, your section guide will display on the right side of your screen as a reference to help see which area you're currently editing. In the text box provided, add the text that you would like to appear, and it will appear at the top of your flyer. Since we are preparing an open house flyer, we will likely want to make some mention of the event in this position. This text box functions like a standard Microsoft Word text editor. Type whatever you would like in the box below, and then apply your desired formatting by changing the font's size or color, or apply some weight and make it bolded or italic. After you have added your desired text, we will continue to click on the next numbered tab above, number 3. Number 3 brings us to the first property picture position. Much like the logo position, this number gives you the ability to upload an image by clicking on the Add New Image hyperlink. Here we are going to match the description with the type of image we are trying to upload, so we will select Upload Property Picture. Next, you will click on the blue Add More Files button, at which point you would locate your first property picture, and then select it. Once you have completed this, click Upload and it will replace the default photo that was present. This number allows you to track the images as well, so if you wanted to include a virtual tour or a property website, then fill in the URL link text box, toggle the Add Click Tracking button, and finally give it a title. It is recommended to incorporate some sort of call to action on the image, like text or a play button, so that your recipients are aware the image is clickable and linking somewhere. Once complete, click the next numbered tab, number 4. This section is allowing us to edit our main body copy. As you can see in the section guide, this text is the most prominent in this flyer, so it's likely that you would want to make sure that the property with the closest open house is in this position, or any property that you feel is applicable really. If you find yourself copying and pasting ready-made content from some other software, you will want to click on one of these pasting options. Paste, paste as plain text, or paste from Word. These buttons will allow you to easily copy and paste content and either retain the verbiage's formatting or remove it, so it's just the text without the formatting. Once the new box appears on your screen, paste in your content and finally hit the blue OK button. Your text should now be visible in the text editor below. You will also notice that there is a button highlighted in the editor here. This will allow you to link additional property websites or virtual tours with each property. To change the button text, you just need to highlight the text that reads Learn More. Once highlighted, just start typing your new call to action text. To update the button with a link, just double-click it and a new box will appear. Where it says Link Type, select URL from the drop-down menu. Then you will see a field that says URL. This is where you're going to either paste or type in your desired website. Once you have finished, just click the blue OK button, and your button is now linking to your desired website. Assuming you are satisfied with everything you've done on this page, continue clicking the numbered tabs, number 5. For the sake of speed in this demo, I am going to jump ahead to the next step in the wizard to begin finalizing my flyer. Campaign Wizard Step 6 calls for a plain text version of your flyer. Step 6 is generated when checking off the box in Step 4 that says, Yes, automatically deliver an alternative text message to mail readers that do not support HTML. Had you not checked off that box in Step 4, you would not see this screen. The text on this page is automatically generated when you are editing one of the templates that we provide to you within the system. If you are using your own custom JPEG flyer that you have loaded into the system will not be able to generate a plain text copy of that message because it cannot tell the difference between the text on an image and the image itself. This means you will likely want to create a Word document or text file of just the text that appears in your flyer so that you can easily copy and paste it into the system. Just remember, no formatting is allowed in this section, as the point here is to make sure that those recipients that cannot receive HTML still know what your campaign is about, which is what's most important. Once satisfied, click the blue Next button at the top of the page. The Preview and Send screen is your final step in the campaign process. This is where you verify how your flyer looks and make sure that there aren't any errors or edits that need to be made prior to sending. You will also want to verify that the recipients the flyer is being sent to are correct. As you can see, each recipient category you selected in Step 2 of the wizard is listed here. If you need to remove a category, just click the X to the right of the category name. If you would like to add additional categories to this campaign, just click the plus sign to the left of the category names. When the dialog opens, just select any additional categories that you would like to add. Once you are done, scroll down the page to view the additional campaign options. Here you will have the ability to include a HUD or realtor logo, a disclaimer if necessary, and also change the color scheme for the campaign. After review, the last step is to decide on your sending options. This will allow you to either send out your campaign in batches immediately, or you can schedule it for a later date and time. Simply follow the prompts on screen when scheduling, otherwise all you need to do is click the blue Finish and Send button to begin sending out your campaign. Once the campaign has been sent, you will have the option to post it to all of your social media accounts from the Campaigns page to increase your marketing reach.